Hey Arbor League, boy am I excited for this one. Just shy of the Alolan Community Day, we are now getting Hisuian Decidueye Raid Day. On Sunday, February 11th, Hisuian makes its debut in raids. For the event, we get to receive a free daily raid pass from spinning the gym after the raid for up to 5 times. The shiny will also be available if you're lucky enough. Remote raid limits will be increased to 20 for the weekend, starting Saturday until 7 p.m. Sunday night. Ticket holders for the event will receive 8 additional passes for spinning the gym for a total of 14, and have an increased chance to get rare candy XL from raid battles. It's not really increased chance, you're just doing more raid battles, so of course your chances are increased. 50% more XP from raid battles and double Stardust from raid battles as well. Dartrix, however, will not be able to evolve into the Hisuian form. Maybe in the future, but for now it's just raid exclusive. Is it good? Well, the stats have not been released yet, but it shares its typing with Breloom, Virizion, and Chestnut, which we will be using to ballpark some data as the CP achieves all 3 leagues. Taking a look at the key wins in the Great League here, it wins against the Waters as expected. Jellicent is a good one because it's Ghost, and despite the fighting type, we win that one. The Darks, like Sableye and Umbreon, and despite the Fairy typing, we pick up the Carbink win as well. And loses against the Ice, the Flyers, the Fire, other Grass types, and some Annihilate as another common threat, Clodsire, and Ghost types, Psychics, Steals, because it stuck with a Grass Fast move. Taking a look at the Ultra League here, we see a similar pattern, beating the Waters, losing to Fire, Flyers, and some Steals. The Charms are a problem as well. You can do neutral damage with grass moves, but also losing to Ice, the Flyers, the Poisons, the Pidgeot, Granbull, Talonflame, Dragonite, yes, and some of the Dragons, Giratina, a big one as well. So moving into the Master League, similar pattern, the Waters and the Grounds and the Ices, but also losing to a lot of common picks, Lugia, Yveltal, Giratina, Metagross, Sylveon, Mewtwo, even Solgaleo with Firefang, and some Steals. So being a fighter, losing to Steals is not ideal, but we're stuck with either Magical Leaf or a Psycho Cut. Maybe not viable for the Master League, but definitely for the lower ranks. As for those weaknesses, those are going to be your raid boss counters: Fire, Flying, Poison, Ice, Psychic, and Fairy. Just have to watch out for the Wild Charge from the Flyers and the Ice that are part Water, and then Aura Sphere on those Steel and Ice types. Went down to the waterfront the other day to get some footage for the video to see the Lumberjack demonstration, of course. Just a little comedy and demonstration show by Lumberjacks of Canada. The boys ran a competition of carving, block chop, flutterboard chop, chainsaw, and hacksaw cutting, along with some ice sculptures that were around and some helicopter rides. It was just a beauty day to get out there to spin some stops, catch some pokes, and have some warm hot chocolate and cider. So finish this off with the commentary here. This Arcanine will be closing for us up against this Mantine, as Water would be super effective, but they've only got Aerial Ace and Ice Beam, I would imagine, so we take that win. Try to get a little bit of a Hisuian vibe to this team, as we don't have access to it yet, but it is coming. So we didn't have this Hisuian Samurott. I didn't get a Great League one. Let me know if you guys got a CP low enough to use for Great League, but we're just stuck with the Ultra League one here. This Swampert not switching out, but I think they just swapped into Metacham here, so we're going to be able to farm a little bit, and I think I want to catch an Ice Punch on the Samurott in a little bit. Because we have to use a shield here. I don't want to use 2 shields. So we count carefully to 5 and swap, perfectly catching that Ice Punch onto the Water type. Whereas buddy here is finishing up his bunny. He was asking the crowd to make a log. They were doing some carving. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to, make a bunny. And they had a competition and the first guy flubbed it. So he's fixing it up there as we're checking this out. So we're throwing a Mega Horn at the Superior, because the Bug type would be super effective up against the Grass. He has Leaf Tornado, so I'm not too worried about a Frenzy Plant here. Nothing wants to see a Frenzy Plant, especially Hisuian Arcanine. He's not the bulkiest, and it would be neutral here as the rock takes super effective and the fire resists. But he's only got Leaf Tornado that still does a considerable amount of damage, but we're able to swap, farm down the Swampert, and throw some energy back up against the Superior here. So we're going to be able to close it out with Hisuian Arcanine again, chipping away at the Superior. And we're getting into the axe throwing here, so the bullseye was 10, and we got 4 in the middle and 1 on the outside. Then we're into the block chops, as they were standing on the piece of wood and they were chopping in the middle of it with axes. So once yours is in half, you win. So we're into the next match here, checking it out as we're doing the battles. Another Mudboy on the lead, which is a positive lead for us. That they decided to swap into Greedent, but we're going to have to stay in. We can put the Samurott up against the Whiscash, because everything here is resisted. They've revealed that we have Trailblaze. I let the first potential crunch go, just because it's non-stab and they're on Mudshot, or Bullet Seed, doesn't matter against Decidueye. So just going straight Frenzy Plant here. Going to be able to farm down. And I'm calling that they still don't have crunch, because you'd have Body Slam instead. So they throw the Trailblaze after boosting the attack, but it's resisted. So we get the farm down, and a Pidgeot comes in. So this is still okay. We can align it up with a Hisuian Arcanine, and we're going to get farm down here, but I'm going to try to lower the defense of the Pidgeot with the Spirit Shackle here. They actually respect the Frenzy Plant with a shield, because again, nothing wants to see a Frenzy Plant. Pidgeot would have been getting pretty low there, and they still haven't seen our other 2 Pokemon, so unfortunately we have Arcanine up against the Pidgeot. But check out here, as Hisuian is not the tankiest, so a Brave Bird really freaking hurts. We're going to be able to get to Hydro Cannon versus the Whiscash here. They're stuck going Mud Bombs, and they still chunk because Samurott's not the tankiest either. So Hydro Cannon 1 coming through, going to do a considerable amount of damage. Doesn't quite KO from this range yet, but it will get them deep in the red. So they decide to give up a shield, so I'll decide to give up a shield. I won't get Mudshot down, but again, Hisuian Samurott, not the tankiest. I don't want to get sniped. We still have a shield advantage. And we're going to shield this up because I want to get to this Hydro Cannon and farm just a little bit over energy for whatever's in the back. Take out this Whiscash and try to realign the Hisuian Arcanine with the Pidgeot that's left. We get to the Wild Charge and still have a shield, but it doesn't matter because Hisuian Arcanine, again, was a really strong closer for me for this team. I know it's just a fun one, so it's not to gain ELO. Just to showcase Decidueye and put a Hisuian vibe in the sets, and just a fun little set. Hisuian Decidueye, another fun grass Pokemon to add to our own Lumberjack roster. Even if it's not for you, it's another good chance to collect some dust and some XP and stock up on resources for your own builds of preference. It's going to be a fun one, at least with the nicer weather coming, so let me know what you guys think about Hisuian Decidueye. And don't forget to join the Discord. Stream some sets, play some cards, or just hang out in a helpful, welcoming community. The channel is growing, and I very much appreciate it, and share me with your friends, as I'm hoping to grow more and be seen by a wider audience. So thank you guys so much for watching again. I've been Arbor Andy, keep your guys' sticks on the ice, and I'll see you buds in the next one.